Hi guys, and welcome back to another LimQuinn video. Today, as you can see, I'm not pretty much in my normal setup. I hope the bloody construction thing isn't going to pick up on the mic or anything. I'm sorry if the audio is crap. It was either this, like this with the laptop, or it was going to be with the phone, so we decided to just go with this. But today I'm going to be reviewing the new KSI album, All Over the Place. Now, this album is by KSI, obviously. You know who he is, probably. Famous YouTuber, like does music and shit like that. Basically, there's two reasons why I'm doing this review. Number one, I like the YouTuber and everything, and he does pretty cool music from time to time. And two, you know, for the views and everything like that, because like it's kind of a hot topic right now with his new album coming out. Everybody does reviews on his music and everything like that. So I thought I'd just go ahead and go out with it. So without further ado, let's get into this review. So basically, the first 6 tracks follow the same sort of pattern. Not really the same sort of pattern, but it follows like a lot of singing and everything like that. Apart from maybe the second song on the album called Number 2, where I feel like that song was alright. It's just the future verse at the opening start was mixed a bit too low for me. But I feel like the song is saved by 21 Savage at the end when he comes in with a cool delivery. I really liked his approach to the song and everything like that. KSI, I thought his hook was alright. It did the job. Overall, the number 2 song was alright. The moment the opening track to this comes in with this very much auto-tune stuff from his last album, sort of dissimulation vibes to me. But overall, it kind of impressed me because it started out quite a nice opening. I was ready for the album when I listened to it. Then you got the track Patience in the first 6 tracks after Number 2, which I liked a lot. I liked it when it came out. This was like my second time coming back to it, and honestly, I liked it way more in the context of the album. Like after the song, I listened to it. I really like the retro, like sort of 80s or 70s vibe to it that it has. I thought it was really good, and yeah, no, overall pretty decent track in my opinion. Then it is followed up afterwards by like the 4th track of the album, You, which I felt You was much more singing based and everything about like that. It was like centered about love and everything, with him saying I'll do this all for you and everything. He's saying basically on the song that he'll do everything in his way for the person, like his girlfriend pretty much. And I thought it had a nice sentiment, even though I didn't really like the poppy vibe to it too much, and I wouldn't really go back to the track if I was listening to it on my own. But overall, I would say a good track sonically and maybe lyrically, but I didn't really like the sound. Well, I know sonically and sound to it. I just didn't personally like the song all too much. Then it follows by these 2 tracks, Really Love and Don't Play, which were 2 singles that I had reacted to Don't Play. Whilst I'm listening to this song, it kind of follows the same pattern as Really Love, where it has a guest / feature on the hooks, singing, and then KSI. Well, on Don't Play, I would say he's more singing than rapping. Whilst on Don't Love, Really Love, I mean, I mixed the 2 there. Whilst on Really Love, he was more rapping in the verses, and I thought I personally like Really Love better because it has that really fun poppy vibe to it, with really upbeat like drums like bouncing you like whilst you're listening to it. And yeah, so altogether I really love it. It creates for this really fun vibe. But Don't Play, I mean, it's a little bit it's uplifting, but in a way I don't really like. I mean, Anne Marie's a good singer and everything like that. It's just I didn't really like how it came across altogether. And out of the 2, I do prefer Really Love. And like I can't keep getting that like flipping lyric out my head. It's like wrecking my balls, sorry. It's just like fucking funny as hell. I don't know why. It's a bit corny, but like I don't know why it just stuck in my head. All right, for then the middle of the album. Well, for there's about like 4 or 5 tracks in the middle, which like just full of like bangers. First of all, Gang Gang is just this really sort of like grimy, sort of like approach. Like it's like sort of grime music, and like Dino comes in with this like slick hook and everything, really ties it all together. KSI goes crazy on the first verse, and then J1 finishes it off at the end, and I really thought it was a good like song. Definitely add it to my playlist. One of my favorites of the whole entire album. Then it comes in with this other song, Rent Free afterwards, which is actually kind of a more experimental song for KSI, with these like weird synth, like not sort of synths, but like these weird instruments in the background, and percussion is really interesting. Plus Grace has like a really nice hook that ties in the whole entire song, and it flows together really nicely. I feel like them two actually have quite good chemistry on this track, which is quite surprising for me. I don't know why it's surprising. It's just I'm saying random stuff right here, but like I just thought altogether the track was pretty good. Then it follows it up by this awesome fucking drill song, Madness. I love the hook. It's madness. It's just like flipping, like sort of like revolting with the lyrics and everything like this. Definitely hands down probably my favorite track of the stuff, just for the high energy, the lyrics alone, and just like the bumping drill, like 808s and everything like that in the background. It's great to see KSI on a drill track. I don't think we've ever really seen him go on drill tracks. Maybe, I don't know, in the past, maybe like ages ago, but he's really gone for like American style rapping, so it's great to see him on like Gang Gang, and when he's gone on like grimy approach with a load of British artists, and then goes on this one and it just goes hard on the drill scene. Love to hear that from him. And then you can't forget about Silly, which it's just such a nice grime song in my opinion. Like Bugsy Malone, like the chemistry on that, the Bugsy Malone comes in and then it just sounds so sleek. Just the approach to all of it, it's like his delivery, both KSI and Bugsy Malone, is just very cold altogether, and it just comes in really well. And honestly, just like a really good vibe to the track list, and just really good feels against all of it, in my opinion. See, on the back end, I like the back end a lot. I'm not joking. But it's different with I think the UK got a different thing with it though, because on I saw like the Quadeca album review, and his 15 tracks was like different to mine. There's like about 15 tracks in this track list, and his was different. For me, I got like this one called the platinum version, and like it had Swerve on it, which I don't think's actually in the album, and it had Holiday, which I don't think was supposed to be on the album either, so I'm a bit confused. So if you take those like things off, I think the rest of the album like flows really well together. Yeah, so the first track on the back end is like well, in these categories that I'm putting it as, is Flash It, and it comes in with this cool like groovy saxophone approach to it, and like a cool slick hook, like refrain or something, like hook on the hook. It's like pull up, and it's just like it flows really nicely. KSI has autotune, but I feel like it sort of works on this track. Maybe like the thing I haven't really touched up upon is like KSI had a little bit of autotune splashing throughout the whole entire thing, but I thought it was alright. And then they have this track called No Time, well, not straight afterwards, but I want to get to this one first. No Time, which I've seen a lot of people say is really good and everything. I mean, I like the verses a lot. I think Lil Durk went really crazy on this track, but I'm not too big fan of the hook. I just think when KSI tries to go like really high on like the second bit of the hook, it just really doesn't work too often, and it goes like it says it, and he tries to hit this high note, which I mean sort of just throws it off for me a little bit on that track, even though I think Lil Durk went really hard, and I think the KSI verse on the first verse was alright. And then the last two tracks, No Pressure, I feel like No Pressure is just like a really fun song by him. I mean, maybe it would have worked early on the track list just for the whole entire album to smooth better. But like No Pressure has this fun. KSI does his like sort of African sort of accent on it. It's like sort of a I want to say Afrobeat, but I don't think that's it. It's like sort of Jamaican type vibes to it, and yeah, I think it's very playful, tongue in cheek. It was all nice. And then that last song KSI sleeping with the enemy. I think it has a really cool narrative to it, and SX, sorry, I think I butchered your name. I do apologize, mate, even though it's pretty hard to, because it's legit an S and an X. I just have a bit of a cold. But yeah, it has a cool narrative, and SX like goes really well on the hook, bouncing off of each other, and yeah, it just is a really cool way to finish the album. So overall, my opinions on this album is pretty positive. There's quite a bit of songs that I like, even though I would say on the first half it has a bit of a slow start to it for me. The moment was okay way to start it. Early on I said it was pretty good. It is pretty good. It's a quite a good way to start off of it. Then it just leads into number 2, which I wasn't too big a fan of. I thought it was a bit mixed low sometimes. And then I didn't really like either, but I had like Patience and then Really Love on the first half of the track. I would say definitely the first half of the album, first 6 tracks anyway, is not very weak, but it's a bit weak. But then it really picks itself up as it goes along and comes in with these really fun, interesting tracks. But yeah, overall I thought it was definitely KSI's best project by far. Am I excited to see stuff from him in the future? Yes, I'm excited to see where he goes on. He was definitely right saying this is his most experimental. It's like it's definitely all over the place with like more pop rap, like sort of experimental tracks, grime, drill, like sort of Jamaican at the end, like or like just like trap maybe. Like it was definitely all over the place, and I think he did the best he could have, like where he is at the moment right now. And overall I'm feeling 7.25 out of 10. Let me know down in the comments what you guys thought about the album. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Why do I keep on stealing Anthony Fantano's outro? I've been watching too much of him. But yeah, tell me if you liked it. Let me know down in the comments what you thought about this review, and yeah, remember to like and subscribe, and I hope all you lovely fellas have a great day. Peace.